What's going on YouTube? This is DreThePlug coming at you guys with some more technical heat, and in this video specifically I'm gonna show you guys how to use a 7-segment display. It's basically like actual shot clock, any type of like digital type of display you've ever seen. I'm pretty much show you guys how this works and basically the science behind the scenes of it. Most people just think that when you see this, oh, it just shows numbers. You know, they probably like code it in such a way to where like you could just put in 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and then it'll just spit out the number. But in reality, that's not the case. Hey man, so typically how this works, every single one, as you can see, it kind of have like a line, little black line right in between every single line on here. It's like one little straight line, but it's separated by that little bitty piece of black. It's because they're all separated and it's an LED that pretty much turns on each individual one based on what you want it to do. So basically, as you guys can see, you have that dot in the corner, that letting you know that's where it should be. If it's like this, that means it's the wrong way or any other way. So just make sure that's in the corner. And then from there, what's typically done is they code this light, and then that will be considered like 1. Or if all of them are already coded to turn on at once, you'll know that that means 8. So that's pretty much how they code the shot clock or incorporate different type of segments to turn on to make numbers. So I'm actually going to show you guys. I have the code, of course. I'm gonna put it down in the treasure chest and I'm gonna just go over the whole process of basically how to make this happen. Or if you want to add something like this to your project, you may want to actually do some timing or some type of calculations on top of what you're already doing on your project. You just want to add it to it. I'm gonna show you guys how to do it, show you guys the circuit. The circuit isn't basic, it's really confusing a little bit. It's not one of the easiest circuits to learn when you're putting together a project. I'm definitely going to show you guys all of the tips of how to basically connect everything in the right place, because that's huge. That's extremely important. Everything have to be connected perfectly because each individual light have to turn on at a specific time for certain numbers. Let's get into the video. So yeah, man, this is typically the finished product. Once you end up putting everything in the exact place that it needs to be in, this is pretty much your final results. So let me just get into it and actually show you guys the code, break down the whole construction work like I always do. Like I said before, I'm gonna put the code down in the treasure chest. Definitely copy and paste it if you need to. So let's get into how to actually knock out this project and add it to whatever you're trying to create. So this is basically how you guys can actually go in and correlate with what's going on. As you guys can see, it's 5 pins going across the top, 5 pins going across the bottom, same right here, and same for the bottom. And here's your schematic. So that's how it pretty much ties in with it. All right, so jumping into the whole 7-segment component, let me just show you guys the science behind it. Let's get into it. As you guys can see, it looked kind of confusing. Of course, you got letters going everywhere. You got diodes. I'm gonna just break down everything one by one. Let's start over here real quick. So as you guys can see, it has letters in it. It has B, A, C, G, D, E, F. So basically, like how I said in the beginning, how each individual one has its own designated LED. It has its own light. So basically this pin will actually turn on once this B pin is connected to power. So you have your B1 that will turn on if this specific one is coded or it's triggered to turn on by having power that actually touch this pin, either or. Same thing with the A, F, G, C, D, E, and then DP, of course, just dot right here. And then you may wonder what is the actual COM right here. So this is the ground pin. You can either put the ground here or you could put the ground here. It doesn't matter, either or. Once you put the ground in, you can literally put power into all of these, and then you will then be able to control it and actually have the LED brighten up and actually turn on these different segments. So now this is pretty much the schematic. This is your diodes. How you see you have all these different lights right here, and you have the letters corresponding right below it, and then you have your numbers. So it's pretty much the same exact thing. And as you can see, you have 3, 8, which is also what I said before, is your ground type of pin. So you have your ground ones, same exact thing, but except this is just a schematic. And so I could just show you guys, actually give you guys some visuals real quick. Let me just really go into details. You see right here, As you guys can see, the ground, like how I said before, right here in the middle. Same thing from the paper, the calm right here, calm right there. Yep. So let's get into it. If I wanted to just test it out before I even used it, I really can. I have my ground right here, right in the middle. Let's get it. You see the ground, and I have my 3.3 volts. I don't want to go to 5 because it may burn out the LED. I don't want to chance it. But anyways, if I just wanted to test it out real quick, just test out everything I just stated. Okay, so now I'll actually put my ground at the top. Now let me just show you guys the same exact thing, show you how it can still work. So boom, this one, as you guys can see, then getting the ones at the bottom. Got it. This is the ground one, so there's no point. Got it. No point up in the middle one because the ground is already connected to it. So I pretty much just proved to you guys everything I was just talking about. Just hit y'all with the science and actually proved it. So now let's actually get into actually making the numbers show. All right, so I'll show you guys the science behind it. So now let's get into the actual construction work. So as you guys can see, these are the actual pin numbers, and this is going to correlate to the actual code that I'm going to show you guys. So every single shot clock, every code isn't going to have it to where each individual pin that I have set is going to make this work perfectly. It has to be perfectly aligned with the numbers based on the code that I created. So let's get into it. Make sure you use 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Those are the main ones that I used. And then I have my ground. Could I have used my ground over here? Yeah, I could have used this too, but I just happened to use this one. And I used it in the middle right here. And you can also use your ground here, like how I have it in the middle, and then you can also put it right here in the middle. You can pick either side. So let's get into the actual construction work real quick. Right here I have my orange one, obviously going straight to the ground that's in the middle. Then right after that, for 11, I have that one going all the way to the left hand side. Not all the way to the left, but second to the left for my 11. Then I have 10 all the way to the left, all the way to the corner. It's my 10. Then right here I have my white, where it actually goes in over here for my 5 for my white. And it's like all the way to the right, not all the way there. Yeah, so for my 5, it goes all the way to the right, not all the way, but second to the right. Then for my 4, as you guys can see, it goes all the way to my quarter to the right. So then jumping up to the top, as you guys can see, I have 9, goes to my far left. Then I have my white at 8, goes to my other middle left, like right in the middle of it left. Then next I have my 7. You see that goes all the way to my right hand side in the inside of it. And then lastly I have my black, which is my 6 right there. So this have to be constructed perfectly in order to work. And that concludes this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. It really do help the channel. Definitely go check out my Instagram, DreThePlug123. And then go also check out my other YouTube channel. I'll have it linked down below. This was the channel I started a little while ago. It's basically about barbering and basically giving your own self a fresh cut and looking nice when you step out the house. So definitely check out that channel. I do all types of different haircuts. And be looking forward for the next video that drop. And I'm out.